I'm driving to the airport on a very slow Route 21 on the Carter Highway in Newark, and I wanted to make a little point. I thought making it via car schmooze would be a good way for me to absorb some of the energy that springs out of my head and went across my nervous system when I'm in traffic. Anyway, there's this thing with the two of the major law firms in New York, Skadden, Arps, and Paul Weiss. Big firms, big money firms, partners make millions of dollars a year. And they, somewhat to my surprise, entered into settlements with the Trump administration, rather humiliating settlements, in order to avoid being presumptively cut out of government work and all kinds of government privileges. The real plum here is Perkins Coie, and of course they're fighting like hell because they're the ones who were laundering money for the Democratic National Committee and all the things. Listen, I'm not going to go through it all now, but one of the interesting little news stories I saw on the front page of the New York Law Journal this week. Associates are hopping mad. How can we can't give in to this. This isn't what we came here for. Associates are hopping mad. We can't give in to this. This isn't what we came here for. This isn't what we're about. This isn't what... Do you know what these people get paid? They come out of law school and start out over $200,000, okay? That's what they came there for. That's their value to the law firm. They are instruments of production. The law firms hire scores of them every year. The reason these settlements were made, the reason Paul Weiss and Skadden Arps buckled, just like my old firm K. Scholler buckled during the savings and loan fiasco when I first started practicing, is that in the legal system, the government is the boss. And in this latter case, this recent case, notwithstanding the political druthers of these law firms, it's all about the Benjamins. All about the Benjamins. Therefore, enjoy tremendous benefits and privileges, power, are quite rationally acting to protect their interests, just like when large firms, the partners who make massive amounts of money, separate themselves from a Ron Coleman in their midst. Millions of dollars. You've got a very, very valuable asset to protect, and you don't need political problems. You need to protect that asset. When you own a firm, and you are a partial owner of a firm with a stake worth millions, and they can and they will do whatever they have to do so. So if that means lying to a Ron Coleman about what kind of permissible political activity is tolerated, or if that means lying to other equity partner candidates, or even a Ron Coleman. I don't have an axe to grind here. None of the firms, I would never worked for Paul Weiss or Skadden Arps, never got anywhere near him. But when you tell someone who's up for equity partnership, well, do this and do that, and you're not going to make equity partner unless you do it, and then you do it, and then you do it again, and they still don't make an equity partner. Law firms lie all the time. They lie all the time in their business decisions and their interpersonal and personnel decisions. It's a business that's extremely valuable. It brings out the worst in a lot of people. And this isn't even really the worst. This is just commerce. So these associates who thought that they would go to Skadden Arps and Paul Weiss and be making $300,000, $400,000 a year as junior and mid-level associates, which they will do if they keep their mouths shut and show up and produce the revenue for which they have been engaged to produce, they'll be fine. But if they want to start telling law firm partners what's an appropriate use of their power and privilege and what politically they should be doing and how they should be pushing back against an elected president, the government of the United States of America, they're going to find that it's really not all about them. It's not even remotely about them. It's about the partners quite rationally protecting what is theirs. And there is no one coming out of law school, and there's no one in his junior or mid-level associate years who is irreplaceable to any of these firms. Let's see if I'm right. Have a good flight.